Okay, I'm just trying to capture the essence of the gloss. Looks like I got it pretty good. What this has is a layer of the... What I did was I did the thing the best I could. And then I put the layer of this on the entire front and the drawers and the top. And then I painted the doors and some touch-ups because I didn't want to scrub the paint anymore. And I didn't have enough varnish, so I used a bottle of this Crackle. It's really sticky, so I probably shouldn't have, but I wet it down just a little because that's what I do with these paints. It's probably better to put it on thick. But, you know, that's what amateur and experienced painters do. And I've done it many times with paint, and it just gives it a little bit different. I mean, to me, it doesn't really crackle it that much. I mean, so maybe I've never done it right. Even when I've used the thick version of it. Here's the other varnish I have used before, but not on this. Anyway, so long story short, I like it when it glosses and glistens. Look at the vibrant colors kind of poke out at you when it's like under the light, but once it dries, it doesn't stay as glossy. I mean, I'm talking dabs of water, so it's still, and I went over it, made sure there's no streaks. And, I mean, most of the stuff is water-based anyway, so just like paint, if it starts getting a little thick, put some dabs of water in there as long as it's, I mean, you don't usually do that, but we've done it many times for small crafting projects. I just like the way it glosses. I'm not sure that it'll gloss like this when it's not wet. Usually it doesn't. You know, if you got a nice layer of varnish on there and the crackle's different, but it's similar, so maybe if we get a good light, maybe it'll still gloss like this, which would be awesome. So I had to make the video finally. The thing is almost done. There's the crazy sides. The front is purple. I can't really get to the front easily. Let me see. That's the back. I just did this being creative. The one side, it was mostly like where it was next to the wall. I mostly painted this side mostly upside down because I had to lean over where it was next to the wall outside because I started painting this thing outside. And a couple of days it got too cold to paint outside, so I brought it in. And then after a couple of days, I put it on this cart. And this cart works well. I should have put it on there from the get-go, but, you know, who thinks of that stuff? I'm like, oh, I got this cart I built. I might as well do it. And then I'm going to pause for a second and show you the doors. Okay, there's the doors. The reason I moved them was they're creative. They're upside down. I put some pink glow glue, Elmer's glow glue, in these slots. And then over here, this is the main two doors. I think this stuff was probably made in the 60s or 70s, maybe going into the 80s. I'm not sure, but anyways, I put pink glow glue in here. The pink glue actually seems like it glows pretty good if you get the light in it. I don't know how it's going to do being back in this channel. I might have to add some glow to the front, but once it has some light and then your eyes adjust to the dark, you can usually see it. So they dumped it in the square. Both these squares are full, at least halfway up with pink glow glue, so it should be awesome. And then I did some creative colors, and then some of the parts I left like rough painting. Some people might think it was a sloppy job, but I might try and touch them up now. I'm feeling insecure about leaving a sloppy paint job. But I did it being creative. I'm like, well, and then I touched this one up, touched this one up. Now I got to go back and touch a couple of them up. So maybe I will, but maybe I won't. Let me show you the other thing again. So this project's almost done. But there's an idea. Got her a little creative there. When I was painting the unicorn, I'm like, oh, let's try these colors, see how it goes. Jumping over to the artwork again. So here we are back at the map where we started, where we'll finish. This is the aerial view. Yeah, no, that's a pathetic sound, a little helicopter. Alright, so this is just the aerial view of the little LOL town village that I built. Of course, it's just a flat map, you know. Gamers would understand that. People are in video games nowadays, but it all started probably years before that with chess and stuff like that, but people used to play pen and paper games, RPGs as they called them, before video games. So we're just going to let it dry and not touch it. It looks like it's drying nice. I mean, you can always coat it again, but since I already have the other coat of stuff, and then I just basically did the roads and the doors, touched up with this, this stuff's almost like a glue anyways. It's glitter sand in a paint. So that's the reason I wanted to cover it one more time. I should probably cover it a second time, but I'm low on supplies, so I'm probably just going to let it go and see how it wears. I can always do it later. This stuff really has a low odor. And just for the backstory, this is a dresser I got from a friend who was ready to throw it away, but the inside wood is really nice. And then it's got the, let me see if I can show you real quick. It's real wood. Even the insides and the bottom trays. Back when they used to make stuff of real wood, and then the fronts is more like the glue board of the day. On this is, the back is almost like a cardboard. The sides is some kind of real wood. I mean, it's actually like a plywood, a thin plywood. The inside is all real wood, even this. This is, okay, this is a cardboard, but this is real wood. So across the board, that's the backstory, and I only had to glue one little spot. But across the board, this was supposed to be, this is the blue paint off my mom's walls, and some of the pinks on here too, which is now covered with other stuff. Originally, I wasn't going to coat this at all, but the glitter glue made it look so much better, like a little lake or a pond. But anyways, this was supposed to be like a star or sunburst, but a star with the lines going out. And then as I did it, I drew this pink line. I'm like, well, let's do something creative. And then I ran it down the sides. Okay, so there's it down the sides, and then I got creative there. This side I got creative, ran the roads down. I'm like, well, nowadays they got those little cars and toys that actually stick to the sides of walls, but I figured we'd never use it. In the back, I just did use up paint and be creative. So the back has a little bit of, it almost looks like Frankenstein laying down there, if you ask me. It looks like a guy that just kicked his butt, if you ask me. I don't know, some kind of animal, maybe a llama or pack, I mean. There's a little heart I put on there. Later I added the red dots. But sometimes people see pictures in the creativeness. And there's that blue dot. This almost reminds me of like a newborn bird or a chicken. A hatchling. That's what that reminds me of. And this was just all from creative painting. Same over here. This is mostly just creative painting. Whatever bled over the sides. These buildings were purple before, and the roads. And then, like I said, this one bled over the side, but it was literally the majority first part of this, like these lines and stuff, I was all painted upside down, even the exclamation part. These little dots, it's all I could reach. I could barely reach where it was by the garage. So I didn't want to move the rest of the dresser because I had painted it, or was going to paint it. And all this fill-in background that I did for just fill-in, I did afterwards, after it was in the house or in the garage. In the front, I was going to do multicolors, but I decided to go with the metallic purple. It's a metallic purple cream, honestly. So that's the backstory of the creative mind. So I used to do some gaming maps, and I was just doing this, and I'm like, that looks like a road. I couldn't help myself. I'm like, she has these LOLs. I know they're out of scale, but she could use this for little cars or LOLs or any kind of things, because, kids got that in mind. Or they just need a map. This isn't a 2-scale map, and then she could have the little doll stand in their house if she wants, just like a play table. So that's just my thoughts, and if not, someday it could be miniatures, D&D, that kind of Star Frontiers, whatever games people play nowadays. I can't even remember the names of them. Nowadays they're playing Roblox and Minecraft, so it's just a concept of the map. So, I had to show it off in this video. I know the video is longer than I planned, but what the heck, we're watching paint dry here. But that's all. I'm just happy to be done with it. I realized I was almost done the other day. It seemed like a long project. It was going to take forever. I decided to change the road colors and buildings around a little, and some of them I decided just to leave as they were. I mean, if I really wanted to, I can touch it up later. Somebody said, what about later? I mean, this dresser could be sold or donated, but usually she likes to keep her stuff. But can't promise that, or it could be given to somebody in the family. But who knows? I always say it could be worth $1 million to the right person. Maybe not in my lifetime. And it is really good wood. Now the fronts of those dresser drawers, 2 of them are plastic. It's some kind of stuff that they used to do, simulated wood, but everything else is pretty good quality, actually. So I was surprised. And the drawers rolled nice, so I hope I didn't put too much paint on them and mess them up, because one of the main things when you get a dresser that has good drawers that just are smooth rollers, oh my goodness, it's such a joy. Well, that's enough of me yattling, rattling, clamoring. There's my work of art, the LOL Village. So that's what I'm calling the LOL Village. Doesn't have a name yet. I guess that'll be up to her later. Thanks for stopping in. Thanks for a like, share, subscribe. Thank you for your graciousness. Any good comments is the bestest. Thanks for stopping in. Have a great day.